students. I want to welcome you once again. And today we'll be rounding off our instructional video series for this very semester. And of course, we will be considering soil reaction, acidity, and liming. We will talk briefly about the meaning of soil reaction, active acidity, buffer systems, sources of soil acidity. How does soil become acidic? Importance of soil acidity, measurement of soil acidity, as well as liming practice. So I want to believe that you will really have a good time in the course of today's facilitation. Once again, I am Dr. Nathaniel Obasi. Thank you. Yeah, we are going to be considering soil reactions. Soil reaction. Soil reaction simply means soil acidity and also liming. These are the two basic components we'll be considering under soil reaction this moment. I am Dr. Nathaniel Obasi, and of course we can see a little bit of a complex diagram on this very first page. Is actually a pH scale, and of course the pH scale have numbers on it, 0 to 14, while we have 7 as the neutral point. Anything below 7 is acidic, and anything above 7 is alkaline. And of course, the more the value tends towards 0, suggests how acidic that soil is, and the closest the soil to 14 suggests how alkaline that soil is. So various crops, microorganisms, and the rest of them, they function differently. They have different pH range at which they function better. So I take you through this moment as we go into this facilitation exercise in this instructional video series. Now, soil reaction seems to be the single soil chemical condition that most strongly affects the environment of farm crops and soil microorganisms. It is useful in diagnosing the fertility of the soil. These facts must therefore be taken into consideration in the management of any farming enterprise, especially in tropical acid soils. Acknowledge of the condition which cause different soil reaction is for tremendous value to the students of those studying soil. So the large presence of aluminium and low activity clay in tropical soils enhance soil acidity, especially in areas that have high rainfall. So soil amelioration with lime improves productivity of tropical acid soils by replenishing calcium and magnesium cations, improving plant root environment, improving soil conditions for microbial activity, as well as increasing availability of most essential nutrient elements. How do we measure what's actually the meaning of soil reaction? So soil reaction, or pH in bracket, is an indication of the acidity or basicity of soil, and it is measured in pH units. An acid could be defined as any substance capable of yielding hydrogen ion, which is a proton, when it dissolves in water. Pure water dissolves to a small extent, so that the quantity of water molecules present usually far outnumber either the hydrogen ion or hydroxy ion present. And we can see that how water can actually dissolve in water, forming hydrogen molecule and hydroxy molecule, and it is a reversible reaction. Now, also in pure water, the concentration of hydrogen and hydroxyl ion are always equal, and the solution is said to be neutral. and that is in pure water. So soil reaction is also the degree of acidity or alkalinity in the soil. Soil acidity is usually measured by determining the pH value, which according to Sorensen 1909 is defined as negative logarithm to base 10 of hydrogen ion concentration in the soil, where AH represents activity of hydrogen ion in mole/liter or molarity. And we can see here that we have what we call active acidity in the soil, and this an acid, when it mixes with water, dissociates or ionize to give hydrogen ion and accompanying anions, such as we have potential acidity and we have active acidity. When this acidity, when it is T concentrated on the clay complex of the soil, on the clay surface, on the soil surface, and all of that, it is known as a reserved acidity or potential acidity. However, when it goes into solution, it becomes active acidity, because it is at this point that it can have effect on crops or any living organisms in the soil. So that is how why we have active acidity as well as reserved or potential acidity. The soil acidity scale by Yagodin 1984. We have ranges such as strongly acidic. When soil is between the pH of 3 to 4, it is said to be strongly acidic. If it's just 4 to 5, we say it is acidic. If it's 5 to 6, we say it's weakly acidic. If it is 7, it's neutral. 7 to 8, weakly alkaline. Alkaline when it is 8 to 9, and strongly alkaline when it is 9 to 10. Where are the sources of acidity in the soil? Soil acidity originates from several sources, among which are humus or organic matter, aluminosilicate clays, hydrous oxide of iron and aluminium, soluble salt, as well as carbon dioxide. How soil becomes acidic? They include the following: decomposition of soil organic matter, carbon dioxide, oxidation of ammonium compound, oxidation of sulfur, leaching of cations, removal of cations by harvest, concentration of aluminium in the soil, use of other acid forming fertilizers can render soil acidic. How do we measure acidity? The pH value of soil are an excellent single indicator of general soil condition. This pH value is usually determined by shaking a sample of a soil with distilled water and estimating the acidity of the suspension. It should be noted that the pH of a suspension is always lower than the pH of the supernatant liquid, owing to the surface adsorbed acidity of the soil colloid in the suspension. Liming. We have some liming materials here. Of course, we can see calcic, limestone, dolomite, lime. We have hydrated lime. We have slaked lime. We have refuse paper meal, sugar beet, refuse lime, slake, and wood ash. By conclusion, we say that soil reaction could be acid, neutral, or alkaline. Each of these reactions depends on the chemical condition of the soil. However, a particular reaction has either positive or negative influence on plant growth, nutrient availability, and microbial activity. Proper soil management for crop production requires the use of lime to bring soil pH to near neutral, so as to benefit from the full potential of the soil. Thank you.